and welcome to 2017. Happy New Year. Today I want to talk about ugly truth, and it's just different topics that I usually don't talk about, and I want to talk about, and my goals for 2017, which is just one big goal: YouTube, and also skin color. You've heard of body dysmorphia, but what about skin color dysmorphia? So I want to get in on those topics. So first off, 2016 was a very bad year for me. If you're new subscribers, hello, aloha. I'm glad you're here. If you're old subscriber, I'm glad you're back. As you know, for the worst part of it, my mom passed away. Then I lost an uncle. My health started to decline. So 2016 wasn't so well for me. On the upside, me and my dad is getting closer. My boyfriend has got a new job, a new promotion. So that's always good. And I am in good spirits despite all my hardships. And as you know, President Barack Obama is on his way out. And he was such inspiration to us all. He gave us hope. They did it with respect and class and dignity, him and Michelle. And I'm really going to miss seeing them in the White House. I really don't talk about politics, but I'm truly going to miss them. They just gave so much joy and aloha and did it with so much dignity and class. And he did the best he could do, despite all the odds. And I can totally relate. And for the downside, now we have a new president coming in, and he is the total opposite. He doesn't respect anybody. He has a huge ego. He's all about the rich and wealthy, despite him saying that he's going to help these minorities and get rid of these minorities and all this and that. You cannot pick and choose. We're supposed to be all one nation and come together all together. So I just feel like coming in with that attitude alone is not only going to break up everything Barack Obama tried to put together, it's going to separate the nation, and it has, and I think it's only going to get worse. So yeah, I'm really clenching my teeth for the next 4 years, but I feel like if I do everything that I'm supposed to do and try to give out good messages and good energies at the least, then that's what I'm going to do. So for my goals for 2017, it's just truth. I feel like so many times we hide our truths. We don't want to speak up for whatever reasons. I grew up Christian, and as I grew older, I'm no longer consider myself a Christian. I consider myself maybe a spiritual person. I believe in rules and laws and things to make you have a good and healthy life, but I don't believe in certain religion to teach me that. So that's where I am with that, and I feel like a lot of times I close my mouth about it because I feel like people are going to judge me for it, and even some of my own family members. The first thing they said is like, "Oh, you're atheist," and I'm like, I'm not saying I'm not atheist, but I'm not saying that I am religious either. I just feel like I'm a spiritual person. I'm in tune with nature. I respect it. I still don't know all the reasons why we're here on earth, but I try my best to understand it and find a purpose and my meaning and my place and all that. So that's what I feel about religion. And so hopefully no one judges me for my beliefs like I don't judge you for yours. Another truth is what I feel about my situation here financially, and so just being truthful about that. Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? Even if I'm not here the next 5 years, what do I want to leave behind? Who do I want to have connections with? So just all those things that I have to take in consideration. Other truths are just more cosmetic, about beauty and looks and things that I want to change. And I definitely believe that there's nothing wrong with plastic surgery if that's what you want. But I say definitely live in your truth about that. Don't be ashamed if you want your toes cut so you can fit into your pumps and you think your feet too big. Don't be ashamed if you want a hip implant because you want hips and be more curvy. Don't be ashamed if you want your teeth fixed because they're crooked. Don't be ashamed if you want a nose job because you feel your nose is too big. I feel like if we live in our truth, you will be respected more than to live a lie or live an image that's not yours. I definitely feel like there's things I want to change. Being born with scoliosis, a lot of me is crooked, so I would definitely want to fix some things if I was able to. And then some other nips and tucks here and there for cosmetic reasons. So those are just some things that I feel like that we should be open with, but live in our truth about, especially when you have a platform like YouTube. So on to YouTube. If you don't know, I've been on YouTube about 9 years. I've been here since some of your favorite gurus been around. And back in the day, I was getting great views. I wasn't doing hauls anymore. I wasn't able to keep up with trends and things like that. I wasn't posting videos regularly. And I think I became more aware and conscious of things. And I got to internalize it too much. So I noticed other people growing and me not. I definitely still enjoy doing it. It's therapy for me. It's relaxing for me. And it is a little bit narcissistic too to see yourself posted out into the world and you get feedback for that. So yeah, I hope in a couple of years my YouTube channel can still grow and I can still start to put out even more positive and more personal messages that people can use, and it will help them in some of their life issues or decisions that they're trying to make. And I've also noticed with YouTube that we become a cluster of carbon copies of each other, and we all try to do the same thing. And I understand trends come and we all follow the same trend. Like the top that I have on now is a trendy top. Maybe the hairstyle could be on trend and things like that. But when it comes to video making and being creative and using your own creativity, I definitely see us becoming carbon copies of each other. And I do try my best to stay unique to myself. Sometimes I see people's videos and I say, wow, that looks like something I did. Or it looks like something I was thinking of doing. Sometimes I've followed some gurus and then the next day or two I've seen something similar to what I posted. And I say, could I be influencing them? Or could they be influencing me, you know? And it probably goes both ways, you know, but it's really hard to kind of be yourself and be unique in a world of everybody doing the same thing and being on trend. So hopefully I can try to stay unique to my channel and you can see what I'm trying to put out and you enjoy it and I don't seem like a carbon copy of someone else. And I've definitely wanted to come on and do some rants and be like, oh my god, I can't believe their video looks like my video, or oh my god, did you see she did the same thing I did? And I just had to calm down and go, it's YouTube, you know, things are going to happen, people are going to influence each other, but as long as you stay true to yourself. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So yeah, now on to what I really want to talk about, which is skin discoloration, skin color dysmorphia, which I don't even know if that's a word, but you know, you have body dysmorphia and you see yourself not really the way it is. I feel like on YouTube, and maybe in general, we as women of color, and I don't know if other women of color see the same thing, but there's been a lot of that going on with foundations and picking the right colors and colors not matching and companies not giving us the exact colors that we need. There could be 10 different shades of light to medium, and then when you get to the darker shades you only get 1 or 2, and then there's tons of shades of dark, as you know, and we all have to choose between those two. Like for instance, when I first started to wear makeup, and from YouTube I noticed people were going MAC NW45, so I'm running out and getting MAC NW45, And then I noticed some of my gurus that I would watch would be darker than me, some would be lighter. But everybody's wearing NW45. And I said, how is this possible? We all NW45. I know she looks darker than me, and I know she looks lighter than me, but we're wearing the same foundation. So it became confusing, and I started questioning myself, well, am I darker than what I think I am? Or am I lighter than what I think I am? You know, so it definitely questioned you. So I've learned to not only just learn certain tips from gurus or certain brands that they might bring up, but I go to the store myself. I try it out, and I want to see it in natural light, which is a great thing to do, especially if you're at a Sephora or something. Ask them, can you walk out by the door and try it in natural light? Another tip I do is I ask one of the makeup artists there, I say, what shade do you think I am? And then I go pick a shade that I think I am in a certain brand, and then we come together, and I want to see if we both see the same thing. So that gives me a good idea. Am I seeing the right shade? Because she's more professional, so maybe she sees something that I don't. I notice with contouring, I have a hard time finding contouring colors, so I've learned to improvise with eyeshadows, eyebrow pencils. There are definitely black brands out there, but they're hard for me to get to because they're online and shipping and handling, and about time it gets to me, that trend of that brand that I want to review to you is gone. So I just learned find ways to improvise when it comes to shades and makeup and things like that. Another thing I do far as finding the right foundation is if I'm buying it from the drugstore, I definitely will try it on at home and see if there's a return policy so I can take it back. I've never mixed foundations, so I really don't know how to do that. But I've noticed that certain brands that I stick with, like Maybelline, definitely MAC, and LA Girl has a great variety of shades. So those are the main ones that I use now. And I've touched on a little bit of NARS, but like I said before, they're on the cusp with me because their shades could be a little bit off. But I do notice that this is happening a lot with women of colors. There'd be a lot of yellow undertones, red undertones, and so I definitely ask them, what undertone do you think I am, before I purchase an item as well. Those are just certain tips that I use when finding a color. And another thing that could give us this image of coloring is lighting. We use really bright lights, and I notice that it can make me look lighter than what I am, and if I turn it down, then it could be too dark. Give you a nice bright look on the video. So lighting definitely plays a part in it. So I definitely say don't try foundations, in-store lighting, home lighting. Stay away from lighting other than natural light. The last thing is family. Sometimes family can put things in your head from a child that could affect the way you see yourself. I was dark, and they would tell me, hey, funny looking girl, and that was normal to them. So I always had a complex about not my skin tone, but how I looked. I had big lips, I have big nose, and I feel like my features just stand out more than anything besides my skin tone. So I feel like I'm always trying a way to minimize my features. And there's no way you can hide your features and who you are. There's certain tips and tricks, but you can't. And I think I internalized that growing up. They would tell me, you look just like your dad. But in other conversations, you hear adults talking, they would say, your dad was so ugly. I don't see what your mom saw in him. He was so ugly. And so as a little girl, I internalized, then if my dad is ugly, then I'm ugly too. So I never felt pretty. I always felt I had too big features. So I never grew up with the self-esteem that I was pretty enough. And so that could affect you growing up. But hopefully you grow out of it and you grow self-esteem and you find loving people around you that will tell you you're beautiful and things like that. I noticed being here in Hawaii, I get more compliments than I ever did back at home. And it's people of other races, even other women at times. They'll say, you're pretty, you're beautiful. Oh, I like your makeup. And they tell me, your girlfriend's cute. And I'll be like, wow. And that gives you really good self-esteem, makes you feel good. But if somebody's always telling you you're ugly, then you're gonna feel that way. You're gonna try to find some way to cover it up. So those could be reasons as well. I definitely took me time to find my beauty. And when I did, I was like shredding my stuff. And when I see beautiful women, I have no problem saying, "You're beautiful, you're pretty. Ooh, I love your skin tone." Like, matters. So I don't feel like I ever tried to be one or the other, but I just want to be like the best me that I can be. So I hope this video helped you in some way and you learned some of my ugly truths for 2017. And I'll see you in my next video. Aloha.